ladies and gentlemen. I am Mulbah Flomo, or Liberian, a youth and a child rights advocate, and I'm currently residing in our nation's capital, Monrovia. Well, I don't know how many of you want to listen to this kind of stories. I don't know how many of you who are listening today want to take this story and be able to share my experience with youth all around the world. Well, I was born to traditional parents in one of Liberia's sub-political divisions called Bapolo. And it was in the heat of a civil war that lasted for about 14 consecutive years. And that civil war greatly affected my life. It affected my family. And it continuously affects my upbringing. Today, as a result of the civil war which affected my life, I had to stay in the compound of this church where I do almost everything. This is where I have my laundry. This is where I eat. This is where I sleep. And this is where I do almost everything. Before the civil war, my people, my mother, my father, were people who even helped the homeless. They provided food and shelter to those who did not have, who could not afford. But today, I have not even a kind of safe place to stay because I lost them to the civil war that was fought in Liberia. And this is a story not only unique to my family, but also to 60% of our country's total population. In that civil war, my elder brother was murdered. He was killed in the presence of my mother, and that led to my mother being traumatized. And she contracted pressure, and she died in her early 40s when I was just 2 years of age. Well, I had to grow up all by myself. But just a year also after the Civil War, my aunt was raped in my presence. I have lived and continuously live in an environment that is very abusive, that is very violent. But I had to go because there is no other way out. I had to engage advocacy also as a means of getting greater opportunities, but also looking at what my family went through, especially during the Civil War. Even up to the present, I live here and do almost everything here, not just because I want to do it, but because I have no other way out. My elder sister also had to engage prostitution because we never had any other people to offer us anything that will help us go to school or even get greener pastures. So she had to engage prostitution, and in that situation, my elder sister also contracted hepatitis B, and she died in her early 30s. Now, being left as an orphan and a double orphan, homeless, hopeless, self-supported, and everything, I have continuously spoken to young people to stay away from all forms of violence, but particularly tribalism, nepotism, and tribal discrimination is just one of the worst things because it was one of the major things that contributed to the Civil War, and today I still continuously bear the consequences. Today my advocacy strength is directly aimed at speaking to young people to stay away from violence, any form of violence, but also lobbying for the establishment of a War and Economic Crimes Code for Liberia. And I want to be frank, I want to be clear with this, that my advocacy for this War and Economic Crimes Code is not to pay back, but to set precedents that others may see and follow and be good people tomorrow. Thank you so much.